Imagine walking into a room. It's quiet. The walls are bare, save for a single ink painting. The floor is clean. A bamboo mat. A single flower in a vase. And yet, something moves you deeply. Not with sound or color, but with silence, stillness, and space. Why does something so simple feel so profound? Why does the empty space seem full? This is the essence of Zen aesthetics, a concept that isn't just about style, but about how we live, perceive, and find beauty in the quiet, overlooked moments of life. Welcome to the unfolding journey, where we dive deep into the philosophies, cultures, and ideas that shape our world and ourselves. If you're drawn to thoughtful reflection and quiet beauty, you're in the right place. Today, we're exploring Zen aesthetics in Japanese culture, a philosophy rooted in simplicity, emptiness, and a delicate concept known as wabi-sabi. Let's begin. Zen is not just a sect of Buddhism. It is a way of seeing. It emphasizes direct experience over theory, simplicity over complexity, and stillness over stimulation. When Zen principles entered Japanese culture, they began to influence not only religious life, but also art, architecture, tea ceremonies, gardening, and even the way one arranges stones in a pathway. What emerged was a unique aesthetic worldview, not aimed at dazzling or impressing, but at quieting the mind. One of the most defining elements of Zen aesthetics is simplicity. Known in Japanese as kanso, simplicity is not about being primitive or austere. It's about clarity. It's the removal of the non-essential so that the essential can shine. In traditional Japanese architecture, for instance, you won't find excessive decoration. Instead, you'll notice clean lines, natural materials, and harmony with the environment. A wooden beam is left unpainted. A wall might be textured with handmade plaster. A room may have nothing but a scroll and a single flower in the tokonoma, alcove. This simplicity invites presence. It creates space not just outside, but within. In the West, we often fear emptiness. We rush to fill silences, to decorate blank spaces, to add meaning. But in Zen, emptiness is not lack. Emptiness is possibility. The Japanese concept of ma refers to the space between things, whether it's the pause between two notes in music or the distance between two stones in a garden. Ma is not accidental. It is intentional space. It is what gives rhythm, breath, and balance to everything around it. In traditional Japanese rooms, ma allows the viewer to rest their eyes. In conversation, it creates silence that holds just as much meaning as words. Through emptiness, we learn how to listen. If simplicity and emptiness shape the form of Zen aesthetics, then wabi-sabi gives it its soul. Wabi-sabi is one of those untranslatable concepts. It's often described as the beauty of imperfection, impermanence, and incompleteness. A cracked teacup, a weathered wooden bench, a wilted flower in late autumn. Western aesthetics often chase perfection, polish, and symmetry. But wabi-sabi teaches us to embrace the natural cycle of growth, decay, and decline, and to find beauty in that process. Wabi-sabi is not nostalgia. It is deep acceptance. To see with wabi-sabi eyes is to understand that nothing lasts, nothing is finished, and nothing is perfect. And that is precisely what makes it beautiful. One of the most poetic expressions of Zen aesthetics is found in the Japanese tea ceremony. At first glance, it's just a ritual of making and drinking tea. But in reality, it's a meditation in motion, a silent performance of values like harmony, wa, respect, kei, purity, sei, and tranquility, jaku. Every gesture is precise. Every object carefully chosen. The room is minimalist. The tools are aged. The tea bowl may be irregular, hand-formed, showing the fingerprints of the potter. The ceremony is not about the tea. It's about presence, appreciation, awareness of the moment. In this space, time slows. The ego softens, and one begins to feel the quiet power of simplicity, emptiness, and imperfection. Japanese homes, temples, and gardens reflect Zen ideals not just in appearance, but in function. Sliding doors, fusuma, open to nature, blurring the boundary between inside and out. Tatami mats create rhythm and proportion. Gardens are asymmetrical, with rocks and moss arranged not to dominate, but to harmonize. Even modern Japanese architects like Tadao Ando and Kengo Kuma continue this tradition, using concrete, wood, and light in ways that evoke silence and sacredness. A Zen space does not scream. It whispers. It's important to note that Zen simplicity is not the same as modern minimalism. Minimalism, especially in the West, can often be about aesthetics or efficiency, clean lines, neutral colors, the absence of clutter. Zen simplicity, on the other hand, is spiritual. It's not about having less for the sake of style, but about having only what brings depth. Zen simplicity is not sterile. It is warm, lived in, full of story and presence. It asks not, what can I remove, but what truly matters. In a world of noise, speed, and distraction, the Zen aesthetic offers a radical alternative. Slow down, observe closely, accept imperfections, leave space, choose fewer things but love them deeply. Whether it's in your home, your daily rituals, or your way of seeing the world, the spirit of Zen invites you to be fully here. Not chasing, not fixing, just witnessing the beauty already present. Zen aesthetics may seem simple, but it holds a quiet revolution. It challenges our need for more. It teaches us to listen. It brings us home, not just to minimalism or elegance, but to presence. In a cracked bowl, in an empty room, in the silence between words, there is beauty, there is wisdom, there is life. Thank you for spending this time in stillness and reflection. If this journey into Zen aesthetics resonated with you, consider joining us here at the Unfolding Journey, where we explore the timeless ideas that shape how we see the world and ourselves. Subscribe for more explorations of philosophy, culture, and inner depth. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next thoughtful journey. Until next time, stay open, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the most powerful thing in a room is the space that holds it all.